Story. Story 9. A Deal in Wheat. By Frank Norris. Characters. Sam Lewiston, the protagonist of the story. Sam Lewiston is a former farmer who loses his livelihood due to the manipulation of wheat prices by powerful market forces. He represents the struggling, working-class individuals who bear the brunt of market speculation. Truslow, referred to as the Great Bear, Truslow is a powerful figure in the wheat trade. He is depicted as a cunning and ruthless speculator who profits from the fluctuation of wheat prices, often at the expense of farmers like Sam Lewiston. Hornung is another significant player in the wheat market. He engages in a complex transaction with Truslow, inadvertently leading to the further financial distress of individuals like Sam Lewiston. Emma Lewiston, she is Sam Lewiston's wife. She appears briefly in the story, mainly in the context of Sam's decisions and struggles. Cyrus Ryder, a clean-faced, bright-eyed individual who resembles a bookkeeper's assistant. He plays a crucial role in revealing Truslow's manipulative tactics in the wheat trade. Joe Lewiston, Sam's brother, who runs a small hat factory. Though not a central character, his financial difficulties contribute to Sam's own struggles. Going, Kimbach, Merriam, these characters are associated with the wheat market and play supporting roles in the narrative. They are part of the group affected by the market fluctuations. The baker, the owner of the Vienna bakery, where the bread line forms. He represents a small-scale business owner impacted by broader economic forces. Summary. Benjamin Franklin Norris, 1870–1902, was an American naturalist writer known for novels like McTeague and The Octopus. He initially studied painting in Paris but later pursued literature. His works delve into economic and social forces, particularly in the wheat industry. The story, A Deal in the Wheat, portrays the struggles of farmer Sam Lewiston, highlighting the exploitation of farmers by middlemen. Although not formally affiliated with socialism, Norris's works reflect both naturalistic and socialist themes. He passed away during an operation for appendicitis in 1902, leaving his planned trilogy incomplete. The Bear, Wheat at 62. Sam Lewiston, a farmer from southwestern Kansas, faces a crisis as wheat prices plummet to 66 cents a bushel. He and his wife, Emma, discuss their options, considering an offer from Emma's brother to move to Chicago. However, Sam is reluctant to give up after years of hard work on their ranch. He sets out for town, leaving Emma with a sense of uncertainty about their future. In town, Sam visits Bridges & Company, a grain dealer, hoping for a better price for his wheat. However, Bridges can only offer 62 cents due to the influence of Truslow and a bear clique in Chicago. Sam is devastated, realizing that he can't cover the cost of raising the wheat with such a low price. He returns to the ranch feeling defeated and shares the grim news with Emma. They decide to accept Joe's offer and move to Chicago, acknowledging that they are financially drained. The story portrays the struggles of farmers during a challenging economic period, emphasizing the harsh reality of agricultural life. The Bull, Wheat at $1.10. In this section, a contract is being finalized between Hornung, representing party of the first part, and Gates, representing Truslow or the Great Bear, party of the second part. The contract stipulates that wheat will be sold to Truslow for export purposes only, not for consumption within the United States or Canada. After the paperwork is signed, Gates leaves with the contract, and Hornung reflects on the deal. He has agreed to release 100,000 bushels of wheat to Truslow at a rate of $1.10 per bushel. Hornung contemplates whether it would have been wiser to bankrupt Truslow by setting a prohibitive price on the grain, but ultimately believes that controlling the wheat supply ensures his safety from Truslow's influence. The narrative provides insight into the power dynamics and strategic thinking of the characters involved in the wheat market. Hornung's control over the situation is emphasized, and he believes that by limiting Truslow's access to wheat, he has neutralized the threat posed by the Great Bear. The section also highlights the complex financial maneuvers and calculations taking place within the commodities market, showcasing the high stakes and calculated risks involved. The Pit. In this section, the narrative shifts to the trading pit, where the intense activity of the commodities market unfolds. The great gong signals the beginning of the trading session, and a flurry of voices and movement ensues as traders rush to make bids and offers. The Hornung crowd, led by Hornung himself, has managed to raise the price of wheat to $1.50 per bushel, effectively cornering the market. At this point, they believe they have complete control over the supply. However, a surprise development occurs when a new trader named Kennedy, previously unnoticed, boldly offers to sell 1,000 bushels of May wheat at the same price. This unexpected move challenges the perceived dominance of the Hornung crowd. Kennedy's actions prompt speculation among the traders, as they are puzzled by who he might be selling for and where he sourced the wheat. Kennedy continues to make offers to sell, totaling 2,000 bushels, in direct opposition to the Hornung crowd. Despite the initial shock, the Hornung traders respond quickly and complete the transactions. The sudden influx of wheat challenges their assumed monopoly over the market. Later, it is revealed that Kennedy is engaging in a bear movement, strategically selling wheat in batches of 5 contracts. The situation escalates as Chicago receives an unexpected shipment of 25,000 bushels, not associated with Hornung. The Hornung team contacts their superior, the chief, who instructs them to support the market, leading them to buy up the additional supply to stabilize prices. Ultimately, the Hornung crowd successfully manages the unexpected challenge, maintaining control of the market and closing at the initial price of $1.50 per bushel. Despite their victory, the mysterious actions of Kennedy and the sudden influx of wheat spark speculation and intrigue among the traders. The Belt Line. In this section, a significant development takes place as Hornung, his broker, and a detective named Cyrus Ryder hold a conference in Hornung's home. Ryder provides crucial information about Truslow's manipulative tactics with the Belt Line Railroad, a transportation system encircling Chicago that Truslow owns. Through detailed observations, Ryder discovers that specific rail cars with particular numbers are repeatedly switched to sidings near Truslow's main elevator D. The wheat in these cars remains the same, never leaving the city. Ryder's revelation shocks Hornung and his broker, who realize that Truslow has been deceiving them. Truslow has been running the same wheat around Chicago, making it appear as if it's a new shipment. He sells it back to Hornung at a higher price than he originally bought it for. This scheme has resulted in significant financial losses for Hornung and his broker. Despite the financial setback, Hornung finds the situation amusing and refuses to pursue legal action against Truslow. He acknowledges Truslow's cunning and sees the situation as a cleverly executed scheme. Hornung and his broker agree to adjust their pricing strategy, raising the wheat's price to $2 to compensate for their losses. The section highlights the complex and cutthroat nature of the commodities market, where traders employ various strategies, including deceit, to gain an advantage. Truslow's scheme demonstrates the lengths some individuals are willing to go to manipulate prices and secure profits. The Bread Line. In this section, the narrative shifts to a dark, deserted district on the south side of Chicago, near the river. Here, a Vienna bakery distributes free loaves of bread every night at 1 a.m. A bread line forms, comprised of outcasts and individuals in need, stretching almost the entire length of a block. Among them is Sam Lewiston, a former farmer who had lost his livelihood due to plummeting grain prices orchestrated by the notorious Truslow, known as the Great Bear. Lewiston's struggles have led him to this point, standing in the drizzling rain, fatigued and worn. Having lost his farm, he left his wife in Topeka and moved to Chicago to find work. After a series of misfortunes, Lewiston finds himself homeless, relying on the nightly bread distribution for sustenance. The bread line is a lifeline for these individuals, many of whom are not professional beggars but rather former workers who have fallen on hard times. It provides them with a temporary respite from the challenges of unemployment and poverty. However, on this particular night, a shocking turn of events occurs. Instead of the usual bakery worker, a young man resembling a bookkeeper's assistant emerges and posts a placard on the door. The message announces that due to the increased price of grain, the bakery will suspend bread distribution until further notice. The disappointment and despair among the waiting crowd is palpable. Despite this setback, Lewiston's luck eventually changes. He secures a job with the street cleaning brigade, eventually rising through the ranks. This newfound stability allows him to reunite with his wife and make a fresh start. Reflecting on his experiences, Lewiston gains a deeper understanding of the complex machinations of the wheat market. He realizes the impact of the bear and bull operators on both farmers and workers, highlighting the stark contrast between those who manipulate the market and those who suffer its consequences. The section concludes with a sobering acknowledgement of the countless individuals who may not have been as fortunate as Lewiston in navigating the ruthless world of commodities trading. A. Multiple choice questions. 1. The story takes place in A. Southeastern Kansas, B. Southern Kansas, C. Southwestern Kansas, D. Northern Kansas. 2. Sam Lewiston is A. Mediator, B. Farmer, C. Merchant in the market, D. Doctor. 3. The price of the stocks in the bull market. A. Rises, B. Falls, C. Remains constant, D. Collapses. 4. After facing loss in wheat, Sam decides go to A. Chicago, B. New York, C. Boston, D. Washington. 5. The story dramatizes A. Success of the farmers, B. American wheat production, C. Hay of the middlemen, D. Hardships in the wheat field. Extra MCQs. 1. Where did Benjamin Franklin Norris study painting? A. New York, B. Paris, C. Chicago, D. Topeka. 2. Which of Norris's novels is mentioned in the text? A. The Grapes of Wrath, B. McTeague, C. Moby Dick, D. Pride and Prejudice. 3. What industry does Norris focus on in his works? A. Steel manufacturing, B. Wheat production, C. Textile industry, D. Automobile manufacturing. 4. What is the occupation of Sam Lewiston in the story? A. Grain dealer, B. Farmer, C. Detective, D. Broker. 5. Why does Sam Lewiston consider moving to Chicago? A. To pursue a career in painting, B. Due to an offer from Emma's brother, C. To escape legal troubles, D. To join a social movement. 6. What price is offered for Sam's wheat by Bridges & Company? A. 66 cents, B. 62 cents, C. $1.10, D. $1.50. 7. Who is the influential figure mentioned as affecting wheat prices in the story? A. Kennedy, B. Gates, C. Truslow, D. Hornung. 8. What event triggers the intense trading activity in the pit? A. The opening gong, B. Hornung's arrival, C. Kennedy's offer, D. The closing bell. 9. What strategy does Kennedy employ in the trading pit? A. Buying large quantities of wheat, B. Selling wheat in batches of 5 contracts, C. Manipulating prices through rumors, D. Withdrawing from the market. 10. Why is Hornung initially reluctant to bankrupt Truslow? A. He fears legal consequences, B. He is unsure if it would be profitable, C. He wants to avoid conflict, D. He believes Truslow would still be a threat. 11. Who reveals Truslow's manipulative tactics with the Beltline Railroad? A. Sam Lewiston, B. Hornung, C. Emma, D. Cyrus Ryder. 12. What is the purpose of the Vienna bakery in the story? A. To sell expensive pastries. B. To provide free bread to those in need. C. To offer gourmet sandwiches. D. To serve as a gathering place for social events. 13. What causes the disruption in the bread line? A. A sudden rainstorm. B. A change in bread quality. C. A placard announcement. D. A fight among the people in line. 14. How does Sam Lewiston eventually improve his situation? A. By winning a lottery. B. By securing a job with the street cleaning brigade. C. By inheriting a fortune. D. By becoming a successful trader. What theme is emphasized through Sam Lewiston's experiences? A. The power of perseverance. B. The impact of economic forces on individuals. C. The importance of family bonds. D. The dangers of urban life. 16. Who is considered the Great Bear in the story? A. Gates. B. Kennedy. C. Truslow. D. Hornung. 17. Which of the following best describes Norris's writing style? A. Romantic. B. Naturalistic. C. Surrealistic. D. Symbolic. 18. How does the story, A Deal in Wheat, depict the struggles of farmers? A. Through the character of Sam Lewiston facing economic challenges. B. By portraying farmers as wealthy landowners. C. By emphasizing the easy access to resources for farmers. D. By showing farmers engaging in political activism. 19. What is the significance of the Belt Line Railroad in the story? A. It represents a key transportation system for farmers. B. It serves as a symbol of industrial progress. C. It reveals Truslow's deceptive practices in the wheat trade. D. It is a prominent landmark in the town. 20. How does Norris's writing style reflect his exploration of economic and social forces? A. By using vivid imagery and descriptive language. B. By presenting realistic portrayals of characters' struggles. C. Through the incorporation of fantastical elements. D. Through the use of abstract and symbolic language. 21. What is the outcome of the trading session in The Pit? A. The Hornung crowd loses control of the market. B. Truslow gains control of the market. C. The Hornung crowd successfully maintains control. D. Kennedy emerges as the new dominant figure. 22. How does Norris portray the characters' reactions to economic challenges in the story? A. Through their resilience and determination. B. By depicting them as passive and resigned. C. By emphasizing their extravagant spending habits. D. Through their reliance on charitable donations. 23. How does the story, A Deal in Wheat, explore the theme of exploitation? A. By depicting the exploitation of farmers by middlemen in the wheat industry. B. Through the exploitation of natural resources for profit. C. By illustrating the exploitation of consumers by retailers. D. Through the exploitation of workers in industrial factories. 24. What is the significance of the Vienna bakery in the story? A. It serves as a gathering place for social events. B. It represents a symbol of abundance and prosperity. C. It provides a lifeline for individuals facing economic hardship. D. It is a place of luxury dining and entertainment. 25. How does the story, The Belt Line, contribute to the overall theme of economic manipulation in the wheat industry? A. By revealing Truslow's deceptive tactics with the Belt Line Railroad. B. Through the portrayal of characters engaging in philanthropic efforts. C. By depicting the expansion of the wheat market into new territories. D. Through the exploration of characters' personal struggles unrelated to the wheat industry. B. Short questions. 1. Describe the setting of the story. The story, A Deal in Wheat, is set against the backdrop of the American Midwest, primarily in the wheat-producing regions of Kansas and Chicago. Chicago. The narrative begins in southwestern Kansas, where Sam Lewiston, a farmer, and his wife, Emma, reside. This rural area is characterized by vast expanses of farmland, with fields of wheat stretching to the horizon. The landscape is emblematic of the American heartland, with its rolling plains and endless skies. It conveys a sense of agricultural abundance, but also hints at the challenges faced by farmers like Sam due to fluctuations in wheat prices. As the story progresses, the setting shifts to the urban environment of Chicago. Here, the focus is on the bustling streets and the commodities market, specifically the trading pit where wheat is bought and sold. The trading pit is a frenetic and competitive space, marked by the constant motion of traders and the clamor of voices. The pit is symbolic of the intense economic activity and speculative nature of the commodities market, reflecting the high stakes and calculated risks involved. Additionally, the story briefly ventures into a dark and deserted district on the south side of Chicago, near the river, where a bakery provides free loaves of bread to those in need. This setting contrasts sharply with the vibrant trading pit, highlighting the disparity between the financial elites and the struggling individuals dependent on such charitable gestures. The settings in A Deal in Wheat serve to underscore the story's themes of economic struggle, exploitation, and the complex interactions between rural and urban life in the context of the wheat industry. The contrast between the rural expanses of Kansas and the frenetic urban environment of Chicago reflects the dichotomy between the agrarian world of the farmer and the cutthroat realm of commodity trading. 2. Why is the wheat farmer Sam Lewiston forced to leave his farm? Sam Lewiston, a wheat farmer from southwestern Kansas, is compelled to leave his farm due to a severe economic crisis in the agricultural industry. The primary reason for his departure is the drastic plummeting of wheat prices. The price of wheat drops to an alarmingly low 66 cents per bushel, making it nearly impossible for farmers like Sam to cover the costs of production and sustain their livelihoods. This sharp decline in wheat prices is attributed to the influence of powerful figures in the wheat market, particularly Truslow and a bear clique operating in Chicago. Truslow, known as the Great Bear, employs bearish tactics to manipulate and drive down wheat prices, creating a challenging environment for farmers like Sam. Truslow's actions have a devastating impact on the agricultural sector, pushing many farmers to the brink of financial ruin. Faced with this dire situation, Sam and his wife, Emma, contemplate their options. While Emma's brother offers them a chance to move to Chicago, Sam initially hesitates to abandon the farm he has worked tirelessly on for years. However, the overwhelming financial strain and the bleak prospects for profitability ultimately force Sam to make the difficult decision to leave his farm and seek alternative means of livelihood. Sam's departure from his farm is emblematic of the harsh realities faced by farmers during this period of economic hardship, underscoring the immense challenges and uncertainties they grapple with in their efforts to sustain themselves and their families. 3. How do two businessmen Truslow and Hornung compete in the wheat price speculation market? Truslow and Hornung are two formidable businessmen competing in the wheat price speculation market, but they employ vastly different strategies to gain the upper hand. Truslow, often referred to as the Great Bear, is known for his bearish approach. He aims to drive down wheat prices through various tactics, such as flooding the market with excess supply or spreading negative sentiment to influence market sentiment. Truslow seeks to exploit economic downturns and capitalize on falling prices, allowing him to accumulate larger positions at lower costs. His goal is to create panic and uncertainty among traders, forcing them to sell at lower prices, which he can then buy and hold for profit when the market eventually stabilizes or rebounds. On the other hand, Hornung adopts a bullish strategy. He is portrayed as an influential figure in the commodities market, known for his ability to corner the market and exercise control over the supply of wheat. Hornung strategically manipulates prices to his advantage, often using his financial prowess to set the market conditions in his favor. He is willing to absorb losses in the short term to achieve long-term gains, and he leverages his resources and market knowledge to outmaneuver his competitors. While both Truslow and Hornung seek to maximize their profits, they do so through contrasting approaches. Truslow employs bearish tactics to drive prices down, while Hornung utilizes bullish maneuvers to control the market and set prices according to his interests. Their competition creates a dynamic and high-stakes environment in the wheat price speculation market, where each businessman strives to outwit and outmaneuver the other for financial gain. 4. How does Kennedy manage to sell 1,000 bushels of wheat to Hornung's men? Kennedy successfully sells 1,000 bushels of wheat to Hornung's men by strategically exploiting a moment of surprise, and seizing the opportunity presented. Kennedy, a new and previously unnoticed trader, enters the trading pit and boldly offers to sell 1,000 bushels of May wheat at the prevailing price of $1.50 per bushel. This unexpected move catches Hornung's men off guard, as they had believed they had complete control over the market. Kennedy's timing is crucial. He seizes the moment when there is a momentary lapse in the Hornung crowd's vigilance. The traders are momentarily taken aback by Kennedy's audacity, allowing him to make the offer before they can fully process the situation. In the midst of the commotion and surprise, Kennedy's actions are met with shock, and the Hornung crowd responds with a swift and reflexive, "Sold!" in unison, effectively completing the transaction. Kennedy's ability to assert himself in this critical moment showcases his shrewdness and quick thinking in navigating the fast-paced and competitive trading environment. By capitalizing on the element of surprise, Kennedy manages to secure a successful sale, demonstrating that even in a market dominated by established players like Hornung, there is room for strategic maneuvering and unexpected challenges from newcomers. This turn of events introduces an element of uncertainty and intrigue into the market, disrupting the perceived stability of Hornung's control. 5. Explain the business contract between Truslow and Hornung in detail. The business contract between Truslow and Hornung is a significant agreement that outlines the terms and conditions of their transaction involving wheat. The contract specifies the following key details. The contract involves two parties, referred to as the party of the first part, Hornung, and the party of the second part, Truslow. Hornung represents the party of the first part, while Truslow is the party of the second part. The contract's primary purpose is the sale and transfer of a specified quantity of wheat from Hornung to Truslow. It is explicitly stated that the wheat is intended for export purposes only, emphasizing that it is not for consumption or distribution within the United States of America or Canada. The contract specifies the quantity of wheat being transferred, which is 100,000 bushels. The price agreed upon for the wheat is set at $1.10 per bushel. This establishes the total monetary value of the transaction. One of the critical provisions in the contract is the restriction on the use of the wheat. Truslow is explicitly prohibited from using the wheat for consumption or distribution within the United States or Canada. This clause ensures that the wheat is intended for exportation to foreign ports. The contract requires both parties to affix their signatures to signify their agreement and acceptance of the terms. Additionally, the signatures are witnessed by Hornung's secretary, providing an official record of the contract's execution. The contract serves as a legally binding agreement that governs the sale and exportation of the specified quantity of wheat from Hornung to Truslow. It outlines the terms, conditions, and obligations of both parties involved in the transaction, providing a framework for the successful execution of the deal. 6. How does Hornung realize he was cheated? Hornung realizes he was cheated when he receives information from the detective, Cyrus Ryder, about Truslow's deceptive tactics with the Beltline Railroad. Ryder's investigation reveals that Truslow had been running the same wheat around Chicago, making it appear as if it were a new shipment, and selling it back to Hornung at a higher price. This revelation exposes Truslow's elaborate scheme to exploit the wheat market. The discovery of this deceitful practice shocks Hornung and his broker, as they realize the extent of Truslow's cunning manipulation. They grasp that they had unknowingly repurchased their own wheat at inflated prices. This sudden realization dawns on Hornung, making him acutely aware of the financial loss he has incurred due to Truslow's scheme. It is this revelation that leads Hornung to acknowledge the cleverness of Truslow's plan, even as he suffers a significant financial setback. Instead of pursuing legal action, Hornung accepts the situation with a sense of begrudging admiration for Truslow's strategic prowess in the ruthless world of commodities trading. 7. How does Lewiston survive in Chicago? In Chicago, after losing his farm, Sam Lewiston displays remarkable resilience and adaptability in order to survive. Initially, he secures a job with the Street Cleaning Brigade, a position that offers him a modest but steady income. Through hard work and determination, Lewiston rises through the ranks, ultimately becoming a deputy inspector. This progression provides him with increased financial stability, allowing him to cover his basic needs and secure a more comfortable living. Lewiston also practices frugality and careful budgeting, making the most of his earnings. He manages his expenses wisely, ensuring that he can sustain himself and provide for his wife, Emma, who eventually joins him in Chicago. While his circumstances are far from luxurious, Lewiston's resourcefulness and adaptability enable him to navigate the challenges of city life. Furthermore, Lewiston benefits from the free bread distribution provided by the Vienna Bakery, which serves as a crucial source of sustenance during particularly challenging times. This resource helps him stretch his earnings further and provides a safety net when finances are particularly tight. Overall, Sam Lewiston's ability to persevere and find opportunities in the face of adversity demonstrates his resilience and determination to make a life for himself in the city. 8. What is a breadline? A breadline is a term used to describe a line or queue of people waiting to receive free or subsidized food, particularly loaves of bread. These lines typically form in urban areas, especially during times of economic hardship or food scarcity, and are often organized by charitable organizations, community groups, or government agencies. The purpose of a breadline is to provide basic sustenance to individuals or families who are facing financial difficulties, and may not have the means to purchase food. People in a breadline are usually those who are experiencing poverty, unemployment, or homelessness, and they rely on the distribution of free food to meet their basic nutritional needs. The term breadline originated during the Great Depression in the United States when widespread economic hardship led to a sharp increase in the number of people struggling to afford food. In addition to bread, other basic food items may also be distributed in breadlines, such as canned goods, vegetables, or other non-perishable items. The concept of a breadline highlights the societal efforts to address food insecurity and provide a safety net for those in need, emphasizing the importance of access to affordable and nutritious food for all members of a community, especially during times of economic crisis. 9. How does Sam Lewiston's luck change? Sam Lewiston's luck changes when he secures a job with the Street Cleaning Brigade in Chicago. After losing his farm due to plummeting wheat prices orchestrated by Truslow, known as the Great Bear, Lewiston finds himself in a dire situation. He is homeless and relies on the nightly bread distribution for sustenance. However, Lewiston's fortunes take a turn for the better when he joins the Street Cleaning Brigade. Through hard work and determination, Lewiston rises through the ranks within the brigade. He progresses from a laborer to becoming first shift boss, then deputy inspector, and ultimately an inspector. This upward mobility within the organization signifies a significant improvement in his financial stability and overall quality of life. With this newfound stability, Lewiston is able to reunite with his wife, Emma, and they make a fresh start together. The opportunity provided by the Street Cleaning Brigade offers Lewiston a chance to rebuild his life after the hardships he faced as a wheat farmer. This change in luck demonstrates Lewiston's resilience and adaptability in the face of adversity. His ability to find employment and succeed in his new role within the brigade ultimately leads to a more stable and hopeful future for himself and his wife. 10. What is the lesson that Sam Lewiston knows from his own rise and fall? Through his own rise and fall, Sam Lewiston learns the harsh realities of economic forces and the precarious nature of livelihoods dependent on agriculture. He experiences firsthand the volatility of the wheat market, which can be influenced by factors beyond a farmer's control. Lewiston witnesses how fluctuations in wheat prices, orchestrated by powerful players like Truslow, can have devastating consequences for farmers. Lewiston's journey highlights the importance of adaptability and resilience in the face of adversity. he initially faces a crisis as wheat prices plummet, forcing him to leave his farm. However, he doesn't succumb to despair. Instead, he seeks new opportunities in Chicago, eventually finding work with the street cleaning brigade. His ability to adapt to a different line of work allows him to rebuild his life. The experience also instills in Lewiston a deep empathy for those struggling in similar circumstances. He witnesses the plight of others in the bread line, and understands the challenges faced by individuals who have fallen on hard times. This newfound perspective serves as a reminder of the broader societal issues at play, particularly in the agricultural and economic spheres. Lewiston's journey teaches him the importance of resilience, adaptability, and empathy. He recognizes the need to navigate the complexities of economic forces, while also understanding the struggles faced by those affected by them. See, long questions. 1. What is naturalism in literature? Describe a wheat deal at 62 as a naturalist story. Naturalism in literature is a literary movement that emerged in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, emphasizing the influence of natural forces, environment, and heredity on human behavior and destiny. It portrays characters as driven by their instincts, external circumstances, and societal pressures rather than by free will or individual agency. Naturalist literature often explores harsh, deterministic environments and focuses on the struggles of individuals against overwhelming odds. A Deal in Wheat, The Bear, Wheat at 62, by Frank Norris, exemplifies naturalism in several key ways. The story delves into the economic and social forces that shape the lives of its characters, particularly Sam Lewiston, a farmer facing economic hardship. Lewiston's predicament is a direct result of external factors like plummeting wheat prices, which are controlled by powerful figures like Truslow and the Bear clique. The naturalist elements in the story are evident in Lewiston's powerlessness to alter the course of events. He is at the mercy of market forces, struggling to survive in a ruthless economic environment. The deterministic nature of his circumstances is highlighted by his options being limited to accepting an offer to move to Chicago, or face financial ruin. Lewiston's ultimate decision to leave his farm and seek a new life in the city is driven by his inability to control the economic forces that govern his existence. Furthermore, the setting of the story, a farm in southwestern Kansas, reflects the harsh, unforgiving natural environment that shapes the characters' lives. The relentless drought and plummeting wheat prices serve as external pressures that dictate the course of events. The narrative does not shy away from depicting the stark realities of agricultural life, emphasizing the brutality of the natural world. A Deal in Wheat, The Bear, Wheat at 62 embodies naturalism through its portrayal of characters driven by external forces, the deterministic nature of their circumstances, and the unforgiving natural environment that shapes their lives. It offers a bleak and unflinching exploration of the challenges faced by individuals in the face of overwhelming economic and environmental pressures. 2. The purpose of the author behind writing this story is to criticize capitalist market. Justify. Frank Norris wrote A Deal in Wheat, The Bear, Wheat at 62, with the purpose of critiquing the capitalist market and its impact on individuals, particularly farmers like Sam Lewiston. The story provides a stark portrayal of the exploitative practices and power imbalances within the wheat industry, ultimately highlighting the detrimental effects of unchecked capitalism. Firstly, Norris critiques the market manipulation orchestrated by powerful figures like Truslow and the Bear clique. These individuals hold significant influence over wheat prices, allowing them to control the livelihoods of farmers. Truslow's ability to drive wheat prices down to 62 cents per bushel exemplifies the extent of power that a select few wield in the market. This manipulation results in financial devastation for farmers like Sam Lewiston, who are left with little recourse in the face of such market forces. Furthermore, the story highlights the vulnerability of individual farmers within the capitalist system. Sam Lewiston's struggles serve as a microcosm of the broader challenges faced by small-scale agricultural producers. The narrative emphasizes the disparity in power between these farmers and the larger, more influential market players. This power dynamic leaves farmers like Lewiston susceptible to exploitation and financial ruin, illustrating the inherent inequities within the capitalist structure. Moreover, the narrative showcases the disconnect between the speculative trading of commodities and the actual production of goods. The characters involved in the wheat market, such as Truslow and Hornung, never physically interact with the wheat they trade. Instead, they engage in financial maneuvers and calculations, detached from the tangible realities of farming. This detachment highlights the speculative and profit-driven nature of the market, where individuals prioritize financial gain over the well-being of those directly involved in the production process. Overall, Frank Norris uses A Deal in Wheat to criticize the capitalist market by exposing its exploitative practices, power imbalances, and the disregard for the well-being of individual producers. The story serves as a commentary on the ruthless nature of unregulated capitalism, and the detrimental effects it can have on those at the mercy of market forces. 3. The author shows how middlemen take advantage of the situation by playing foul tricks. Give a couple of examples from Nepali market where the mediators get benefits at the plight of the farmers. In Nepal, as in many other countries, middlemen often exploit their positions to the detriment of farmers, taking advantage of their vulnerabilities and manipulating market conditions. Here are a couple of examples from the Nepali market. Middlemen in the vegetable and fruit market often engage in price manipulation. They may purchase produce from farmers at very low prices during times of oversupply or when farmers are desperate to sell perishable goods. Later, these middlemen store the produce and sell it at significantly higher prices when there is a shortage in the market. This results in substantial profits for the middlemen, while farmers receive very little for their hard work. Middlemen may charge exorbitant fees for transporting and storing agricultural products. Since many farmers do not have direct access to markets, they rely on middlemen to transport their goods. The middlemen exploit this reliance by charging inflated fees, cutting into the already meager profits of the farmers. In the livestock market, middlemen are known to undervalue animals during the purchasing process. They take advantage of farmers' lack of knowledge about market prices and the weight of animals. This allows them to buy livestock at prices far below their actual market value. Middlemen often establish monopolies in local marketplaces. They control the buying and selling of livestock, dictating prices to their advantage. This limits farmers' options and forces them to accept the prices set by the middlemen, even if they are not fair. These examples illustrate how middlemen in Nepal exploit their position as intermediaries between farmers and consumers. They use various tactics to manipulate market conditions and maximize their own profits, often at the expense of the hard-working farmers. This imbalance of power and exploitation of farmers is a common issue in agricultural markets worldwide. Efforts to promote transparency, fair trade practices, and direct farmer-consumer interactions can help mitigate these challenges. 4. Two words, bear and bull, are popular words of share market. Taking the help from the internet, write 2 paragraphs about the bull and the bear in Nepali share market and give presentation in your class. In the context of the stock market, the terms bear and bull are widely used to describe the market sentiment and the direction in which prices are trending. Bear market. A bear market refers to a period in the stock market characterized by a prolonged and significant decline in stock prices. During a bear market, investor confidence is low, and there is an overall pessimistic outlook on the economy. This can be caused by various factors such as economic recession, political instability, or other negative events that erode investor confidence. In a bear market, investors are more inclined to sell their holdings, anticipating further declines in stock prices. As a result, the demand for stocks decreases, leading to a continuous downtrend. The term bear is used because a bear typically swipes its paws downward, symbolizing the downward movement of stock prices. Bull market. Conversely, a bull market represents a period of sustained growth and rising stock prices. In a bull market, investor confidence is high, and there is an optimistic outlook on the economy. This often occurs during periods of economic prosperity, low unemployment, and positive corporate earnings reports. Investors are more willing to buy stocks, anticipating future price increases. The term bull is used because a bull charges forward with its horns raised, symbolizing the upward movement of stock prices. Both bear and bull markets are natural parts of the market cycle and can have significant impacts on investors' portfolios. Traders and investors closely monitor market conditions to make informed decisions about buying or selling stocks. It's important to note that market conditions can change, and transitions between bear and bull markets are influenced by various economic, political, and global factors. Understanding these terms allows investors to navigate the complexities of the stock market, and make strategic investment decisions based on the prevailing market sentiment. 5. The author writes, "Few in the crowd were professional beggars." Why do you think there were beggars in a rich country like America? The presence of beggars in a prosperous country like America can be attributed to several complex socio-economic factors. Income inequality. Despite being a wealthy nation, America grapples with significant income inequality. The gap between the rich and the poor has widened over the years. While some individuals and families enjoy affluence, others struggle to make ends meet. This disparity in wealth distribution can lead to a segment of the population living in poverty and resorting to begging for survival. Lack of access to resources. Some individuals may face barriers that limit their access to education, employment, healthcare, and social services. These barriers can stem from factors such as discrimination, disability, mental health issues, or a lack of adequate support systems. Without access to essential resources, individuals may find themselves in dire circumstances, resorting to begging as a last resort. Unemployment and underemployment. Despite overall economic prosperity, America experiences periods of economic downturns and recessions. During such times, job opportunities may become scarce, leading to high levels of unemployment. Even when jobs are available, they may not offer stable income or sufficient wages to cover basic living expenses. This can force individuals into a cycle of poverty, making begging a means of survival. Mental health and addiction issues. Some beggars may struggle with mental health disorders or addiction issues. These individuals may face challenges in maintaining stable employment and housing. The lack of adequate support and resources for mental health and addiction can exacerbate their situation, leading them to beg for financial assistance. Lack of affordable housing. In many urban areas, the cost of housing has skyrocketed, making it difficult for low-income individuals and families to secure stable, affordable housing. This can result in homelessness, pushing some individuals into a situation where begging becomes a means of meeting basic needs. Criminalization of homelessness. In some regions, laws and policies targeting homelessness and panhandling can limit the options available to individuals experiencing homelessness. These policies may restrict their ability to access shelters or public spaces, leaving them with few alternatives but to beg for assistance. While America is a wealthy country, complex socio-economic factors contribute to the presence of beggars. Addressing this issue requires a multifaceted approach that includes efforts to reduce income inequality, improve access to resources and support systems, and implement policies that prioritize affordable housing and mental health services. Best of luck.